Hey everyone, it's Joanne Molinaro, the Korean vegan, and today I hopped onto the TikTok trend of baked feta cheese pasta. It just looked too good and too easy to pass up, even though it's been done probably a million times in the past week. So as with my other YouTube videos, you can find the recipe, i.e. the ingredients and the instructions in the subtitles. But in lieu of walking you through it verbally, I'm going to chat a little bit about something I get asked quite a lot. So if you've watched any of my earlier YouTube videos, or if you follow me on TikTok, you know that I am a divorcee, or was. I was married to my college sweetheart very early on and ultimately divorced him after about 9 years. After my divorce, I was not in the mood to date anyone. In fact, my sister-in-law sort of forced me out the door, if you will, and cajoled me into dating as many men as possible. And thanks to the advent of online dating like, let's see, what was in vogue at that time? eHarmony, Match.com, and my preferred online dating vendor, OkCupid, I was basically ready to give up on online dating altogether after a slew of dates with a bunch of men who either didn't look anything like the photographs they included on their online profile or were otherwise completely incompatible with me for other reasons. And all of a sudden, I received a DM, I think that's what they called it, from somebody who went by Miles Ahead. First of all, his profile indicated that he was a classical pianist, and I very rarely meet anyone anymore who not only enjoys listening to classical music, but actually plays classical music, and on a professional scale. The other thing that I noticed about this profile was that he liked to run. Now, I don't like running, but this guy, he looked pretty good as a runner. And finally, his message to me was pretty unique. He told me that he really enjoyed my writing as much as he enjoyed my photos. Soon enough, he asked me out on a date, and I figured, why not? We met over at a cafe close to my house, and we actually had dinner, and I had a wonderful time. During that dinner, he asked me what my favorite piece in all the world was, and I thought about it for a second, and I answered, Bach's Goldberg Variations. And guess what he said in return? Wow, that's actually my very first album, because it was his favorite piece too. So this is the story of how Anthony and I fell in love. Now, Anthony will deny it to his grave, but the truth is, I wasn't really into him for the first 4 dates. I don't know, I was dating a lot of men, and there were other men who had already captured my attention. And the piano guy in the South Loop, as I like to call him, was just sort of another one of the guys. And nothing he did really captured my heart. But on the other hand, nothing he did really turned me off. And so the second time he asked me out on a date, I said sure. And I said yes again on the 3rd date. And I said yes again on the 4th date. And it was on that 4th date that something shifted in Anthony's favor and made him the standout out of all the men I was dating. First, he played the piano for me, live. And second, well, let's just say our relationship went to the next level. In just a couple months, I realized before I even knew it that I really liked the piano guy in the South Loop. But there was one thing that caused me a little bit of trouble. We had extremely different personalities. Anthony is what I call a porcupine. He's got spikes all over. He's very sarcastic, extremely dry, and rather direct. I, on the other hand, am basically the equivalent of a hairless cat. My skin is incredibly sensitive, and I get hurt really easily. Anthony is so confident, it's very easy to interpret that as arrogant. And I am the walking definition of imposter syndrome. So, as you might imagine, however much I was attracted to Anthony, all of a sudden, my guards were up very, very high, and I often wavered between wanting to know exactly where our relationship was headed and wanting to walk out of the relationship altogether because I was so afraid of getting hurt. Now, one thing I discovered on our first date was that Anthony had never been in what I would call a long-term relationship before. In fact, the longest relationship he'd ever been in lasted about 4 months. And for us, we were going on about a year. And I was really excited, but I also had to manage my expectations. He'd never said "I love you" to a woman before. And he certainly had never thought about marrying a woman before. It's interesting, though, how it's not until something is tested that you realize how strong and precious that something is. About a year and a half into our relationship, Anthony's father grew very ill and he passed away. And it was during that time when I had to make myself available to him in every way. Not just physically to help him with chores and errands and looking after his father as he was getting more and more ill, or taking his mom out to the spa so that she could have a break, or cooking for the family so that they wouldn't have to, but also emotionally and mentally, meaning I had to sock away all of my feelings and all of my grief so that he could have room to feel or not feel whatever it was that he was feeling or not feeling. That really forced me to realize that my attraction to Anthony and what was originally a boyfriend-girlfriend type relationship had developed into something much deeper. And though I can't speak for Anthony, I like to believe that it was also during that time that he realized not only how devoted I was to him and his family, but how much he had grown to rely on me and to, well, love me. There's definitely a lot more to this story, as in all love stories, but ultimately, Anthony and I did make it, and we got married in Rome, the city where his father was from. Our relationship is, I like to call it, tugoon. It's hot, it's full of passion, it's full of ferocity, and it's full of joy. We still fight quite a lot, and sometimes our fights can be rather explosive. But one thing about Anthony that I am so grateful for, he can't stand to hurt me. And that was something that was incredibly new to me, because the man I was with before, he seemed to enjoy hurting me. Anthony, he can't stand it. Anthony makes me feel safe. And out of all the things I could ever want in a man, that's probably the most important. Anyways, guys, I hoped you enjoyed this YouTube video and me sharing a little bit about my love story with Anthony. There's more to come on that front as well as others. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Otherwise, I hope you have a lovely day.